Good morning, children. Today we are going to start methods of separating the components of mixtures. Page 31. The following methods are used for this purpose. Number 1, sieving. If a solid mixture is stirred or shaken on a mesh, particles smaller than the holes in the mesh pass through the bigger ones and the bigger ones remain on the mesh. So if we want to separate the components of solid mixture, what we do, we shake the mixture over on a mesh. Mesh is jali, and the smaller particles will pass through the holes and the bigger ones will remain on the mesh. Thus particles are separated on the basis of their size. In this way we can separate the particles if they are of different size. Like this process is called sieving, and the mesh usually fitted into the frame. When the mesh is fitted into a frame, it is called sieve, and this process is called sieving. Then small and fine sieves are used in kitchen. We make use of very fine sieves in the kitchen to separate bran and other impurities from flour. The wheat flour, we are sieving through it, and we separate all the impurities and the bran which is there in the flour, and the impurities remain on the sieve and the flour passes through. Bigger sieves are used at construction site. Construction site, like where a house is being built, there the stones are separated from the sand with the help of big sieves. So in this way we can separate the particles of different size from a mixture of the two. Next, magnetic separation. And this magnetic separation, you know, iron is attracted by magnet. So if you move a magnet through a mixture of iron filings and sulfur, the iron particles cling to the magnet. Suppose you have a mixture of iron filings and sulfur. You can separate the iron filings with the help of a magnet. You just move the magnet over the mixture. The iron filings cling to the magnet and sulfur is left behind. Because sulfur is not attracted by the magnets, so it is left behind, and thus is a mixture of iron and sulfur separated. And a method such as this is called magnetic separation. So such a method of separation is called the magnetic separation. Here they have shown how the iron filings have been separated from the mixture of iron filings and sulfur. And we make use of huge electromagnets to pick up scrap iron from the scrapyard. So suppose some scrap is lying at a place and we want to pick up the iron scrap from there. We make use of electromagnet, and this electromagnet will attract all the iron objects, and in this way they can be separated from the other scrap. So these magnets are switched on or switched off by electric current. Electromagnets work with the help of electric current. When electric current passes through it, then such pieces, they act like magnet and attract things. And when it is switched off, then it's no more a magnet. Next we come over to sedimentation and decantation. Suppose you have a solid liquid mixture in which the solid is heavier than liquid. So if you have a mixture of solid and liquid and the solid is heavier than the liquid, for example, a mixture of sand and water, if you allow the mixture to stand for some time, the solid will settle at the bottom and the liquid will remain over it. Because sand is heavier, so it will settle at the bottom and water will come over it. This process is called sedimentation, and the solid layer at the bottom is called sediment, and that sand which settles at the bottom, it is called sediment, and the liquid above the sediment is known as supernatant liquid, and the liquid which comes at the above the sand, that is called supernatant liquid. Then what you can do, you can easily pour out the supernatant liquid carefully into another vessel, leaving behind the sediment. And you can pour out the liquid into another vessel, leaving behind the sediment there. In the laboratory, you may pour out the liquid using a glass rod to avoid spilling. So we can make use of a glass rod. We just put that glass rod like this and pour the liquid over it. That avoids spilling. Spilling means khinna. And the process is called decantation. And this method is commonly used while making tea. When tea leaves are mixed with hot water, they float on the surface in the beginning. And on soaking up the water slowly, they become heavier and they sink to the bottom of the vessel. And the clear liquor is decanted and used. So the liquid can be poured, or the tea can be poured into another vessel, and the tea leaves are left behind. However, if you have a solid liquid mixture containing a solid lighter than the liquid, for example, husk water mixture, sedimentation and decantation will not work. So if the solid liquid mixture has a solid which is lighter than liquid, then of course sedimentation and decantation won't work. Decantation can also be used to separate liquids from forming separate layers in a mixture, that is oil and water. We can make use of decantation when there is a mixture of two liquids which do not mix up, immiscible they are. Like if we take a mixture of oil and water, then we can easily separate oil from water, because oil will float on water and it can be poured into another vessel. So we can perform decantation with the help of, in case of the mixtures where the liquids do not mix with each other, or you can say they are immiscible, like oil and water. So this much for today.